Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of TerraTech. And on tonight's episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. Now, I was running around out here doing some harvesting, and I realized that you guys might want to watch that because we do have a number of quests that actually require us to do this harvesting. So I didn't want to kind of come through and let you guys miss all of that. One of the other things that I wanted to kind of come in and show you guys is that the AI module that is on these bots is just as trollish as they ever were. They are still ramming me from behind constantly, which has been, grating on my nerves again because it's so annoying to have these guys constantly behind you, hitting you again and again and again and getting in your way. Now my bot is thankfully big enough that it's not really a concern. He'll ram me from behind and I'll just push him aside, and he's just very easy to knock around. In the past, though, that has not always been the case, and it has been fairly difficult to get these guys out of the way. So, yeah, yet again, this guy, see, I'm going forward, and he's coming up from behind me, and then if I do a backup, it makes it even worse. So, yeah, not easily remedied other than to, say, get lost and, say, idle and see if he stays there. I don't think he will, but we'll definitely see if that is going to be the case. Now, I am getting all sorts of resources, not just one type. Any resource that I see, I will snag, because there is a lot of items that we want to get, and that one is apparently invisible. That one's not even there anymore. Let's hope this one up here actually has some substance to it. And it looks like it does, so we can pick those items up. Nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and snag those. We haven't found too many of the ones that I'm really looking forward to getting, and that's the little silver ones right there. I think they're like titanium or something along those lines. I really do need to memorize the name of these items, but crafting has been one of those things where I've been wanting to do it. That's actually one of the original reasons I got into this game. I saw the preview where you could, build your bot up, and that looked cool. But then they showed the base building, and I was like, oh, yes. Yeah, like I like that. I like SimCity games. I like Command and Conquer games. And it kind of was a mix between all of those put together in the sense that you do have the combat, but you also have like the really cool aspect of just being able to design and create what you want. And that was very appealing to me in a lot of ways. So I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and give this a shot. And when I got into the game, I was just going to do nothing but building, but unfortunately the building part of the game wasn't working at the time, and I started to do the combat, as the only piece left in the game that I could do, and I found that to be highly enjoyable to the point of I actually forgot about the building part fairly easily. Let's go ahead and destroy this. Going down. I don't even have my SCU with me, so I can't even pick any of this stuff up, but well, I guess I can, but I have to pick it up naturally. I'm not going to do that because that's just a lot of junk to pick up. Let's see, what do we got here? What is the... Okay, we'll take that with us just because I like having a few of those with us. We'll definitely take those, and we'll leave the rest here, but we're going to pick up the resources for sure. These are the resources that I was looking for, these silver ones right here. They are used in so many different recipes, and from what I've seen now, they're not just used as like one or two of them. One of the recipes we're looking for actually has 8 as the ingredients, so... yeah, 8 refined at that, so we got to refine some of these. So we're going to take these back, and we're going to click on there so that they can start processing some of these pieces, and we'll see if we can make the scrapper. The scrapper is what I'm kind of looking forward to, because it's going to take all these pieces that we get access to that we don't really need and take them apart. So that's going to come in fairly handy here in the future. Come on, book it, book it, book it. Especially some of these big pieces. Like if I was going to get rid of this geocore fabricator, I could only imagine, like the amount of blocks that we would get out of that. So let's go ahead and move over closer to this. We'll definitely click on this thing right here, and we'll change it up so that we can make the GSO scrapper, which I think it's set up at already. I still don't think we have any of these blocks though. What is this? GSO down conveyor. We could make that, or we could make one of these. Let's see what else we don't have access to yet. Ooh, yes. Fuel tank would be good. Fuel tank would be kind of cool. Get some boosters going. Maybe. Might be able to do some of these. We get some wings. Rudder, I mean, definitely would be able to do some of those already. I don't know about those fiber chunks. We can do all of those. Let's see. No. Oh, see, I don't really like these, but yeah, we could definitely be able to make some of those. Plow cone, I don't really like that one either. So yeah, I just really want to make one of these guys. Let's go into my my little thing and see if I have a conveyor. This is an alternating conveyor, so I really need that. How do I fix that? Because if I move that item from that spot, the whole thing is going to fall apart. So if I do that, I should be able to move this down. And let's see if any of these items will come off of that tray yet. No, it doesn't seem like they are. So that means I need to change the direction those are flowing. Nope, that is not it either. That's not it either. I guess that might work, so let's see. No, that's not gonna work. Come on, turn it up the right way. It's upside down right now. Now it's on the side. Come on, go back. Alright, let's go ahead and use the arrow keys. I've gotten used to using the mouse keys. Let's go ahead and connect those together. I can get rid of this piece. So we're going to have one piece in the center that's just not going to do anything. Actually, I think I can remove that. Yep, there we go. We can remove that. And we should be able to put this here in the center and still be able to take up those blocks the way we want it to. But I have to go back in here and tell it what to do again. GSO scrapper. How about it, guys? Can you get to that piece? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, man, really? Okay, so we're gonna have to play around with this. Let's put that back there. That's not gonna work, guys. This is supposed to work a lot easier than this. Like, that is supposed to be how it works. Moves down that way. It connects to the other side. Yeah, I don't understand why it won't work the way we want it to. And this thing is not 3 wide, so what I could end up doing is just letting that be picked up. Let's do this. Will that still pop everything off? I don't think it will. There we go. And then if I attach it right here where they both meet, we should still be able to do this. There we go. Okay, so it can pull from both sides now. Hopefully, if we're lucky. Is it going to do it? Does it have what it needs? Okay, so it has 2 out of the 4, 2 out of the 4, and 4 out of the 4. So yeah, it's still missing a couple more pieces. So just not quite there yet. Let's come back over here. What we can do is we can also put this sucker down over here somewhere. We're still going to need more conveyors, but we can put this sucker down right there. Oh, you know what? A lot of these items didn't even get refined because we didn't do that circle that needs to happen on here to make sure these items go round and round and round again, and only the items that are refined go through to this filter piece over here. So that is something we're going to have to change here in the future. A few of the pieces got done, but not all of them. And you can see there's quite a few there. So what we can do is... I wonder what happens if you click on this and change. Well, I guess we should figure that out now. If we click on it... I guess we can't. You can't even change it once it already has a set number of stuff it wants to do. So let's go ahead and put that down. Can we click on it? There we go. We don't really need any of these. Let's see if there's anything we don't have. Ooh, this would be nice. Wow, 18. 18 of these things. Of course, that means if you recycle those, that's exactly what you're going to get out of it. So that would be fairly cool. What about these? What are we going to get out of those? So if we get any more lights, we can recycle those and get some of the plumbite ore, which we definitely need. Same thing for these guys. I would rather have the ore from these things than the money from them because I can make some really nice stuff with that. Wheels, yeah, the wheels would be nice to be able to recycle. So we need to make that recycling thing as soon as possible. Not so much from the armor, not so much from the blocks. The GSO grade basic block might be interesting to do. Ooh, wow, that uses like pretty much a little bit of everything. Okay, so this one will let me go back into it. What if I change it to go to the conveyor? I guess you just lose those pieces that are in there. It just gets rid of them. Yeah, go ahead and hit continue on that one. Let it keep going. And while that is doing its thing, we're going to go ahead and go back to our other guy, pick up our batteries, and go back out into the open. Now, this guy has taken a little bit of damage, so I will not be surprised if while we put this back on, we see, we see it repairing a whole bunch. And we're going to do it a little bit better than that. Let's go ahead and snag this. We'll put this up here. We're going to leave those there because we're not going out to get into any fights yet. We're just going out to refine some stuff. Or not refine some stuff, but to get some stuff to refine. We really, really need more of that. Now, because we do have the resources to get, as you can see up here on the top, we need the erudite shards, which are the big green crystals that are worth quite a bit of money. We also need some rhodite. Let's see, jelly. We need to get some olite jelly, and we got 25, or 21, I should say, out of 50 of those, so we need quite a bit more. Oh, man, I don't know if we're going to be able to find a lot out here. I'll give it a shot. I'm just thinking, like, the desert isn't the greatest area for resources. Now, I did happen to pick a somewhat good area for some of the resources I was looking for, just in the area next to me, but it's only in one direction. The rest of it seems to be fairly difficult to find. And of course, you can see some of these other ones, these big crystals, they're worth a decent amount of money. And this is what I was worried about coming out here at night. Seems to make these guys very hostile. In fact, I'm going to watch this little battle right here and see who wins. The UG or the big guy. I'm guessing the small guy is probably going to win. He's the only one firing right now. And it seems like he's on a roll, where the other guy is just kind of speeding around in circles, or spinning around in circles, and he's not even speeding that much. Like, he's really going very slow in regards. Bug restart. So, whoever made that one was having some issues, maybe? Oh, yeah, look at that. Now he's opening fire. Ooh, explosions. Sometimes it shows, guys. Big guy is not always the best. You know, you gotta have the smarts and the speed, and that guy definitely has the speed, and he's not trapped in the rocks like the other guy is. That other guy is not having a good day. They're actually destroying the rocks for me, so that's one less thing I have to do once this is all done. While that's going on, I'm actually going to go back to my base real quick because I just forgot that I didn't have my SCU with me, and that's something I don't want to leave behind because we're trying to make money. And picking up the pieces of these bots is going to be a good way to do that if I can ever turn back around. Oh, man, I need to get some boosters. Come on, get up the hill. You could do it. Not even... You guys still fighting over there? Yeah, they're still fighting. We'll come back and see part 2 of that here in just a little bit and see who wins. If I can actually get over here. Jeez, and then I have to turn back around again. That's not going to be an enjoyable thing. There it is, right there. Can I grab it yet? Nope, I got to get a little closer. How about now? Yes, sweet. Okay, so it is on. Now I just got to turn back around and go check out the battle in progress. Not that we're going to be able to do it for very much longer because our batteries are being drained as we speak. Quite rapidly, actually. So we might have to jump into this battle and help them decide the fates of who will win. I'm guessing once we get involved, neither is going to be the winner of that one. They destroyed most of the rocks. Big Dude, yeah, I think Big Dude had lost that one. He definitely was getting wrecked. It was just a matter of time until there wasn't anything left of him. And there's pieces everywhere of all this junk. So let's go ahead and throw this down. You can see the tires, as we sold them before, were worth like, I don't know, 10 or 15. But the resources we can get from them, like that's what we're striving for. We need to get that scrapper. All we need is one scrapper and we'll be set. Come on, get in there. Try not to destroy too much. I want to line it up. Here he comes. Alright, so you're going down, bow down. Bow down to you? I don't think so. I think that's exactly what he does, though. You can see he falls forward. And so somebody was like, yeah, we'll create a name for that. It kind of fits, too. I like it. There we go. Forward weapons. Oof, you did not last very long, my friend. Let's grab this. We're going to grab these wheels. Again, the wheels. You know, I'm looking at these weapons and these items, all new eyes, because I'm like, you guys are no longer cash to me, just like random miscellaneous block bucks, but you're actually pieces of resource. And now that I know what resources make what and what I'm going for, what I'm looking for, now I know I can be like, okay, I want the wheels, not because they're useful in any meaningful way or they sell for a lot, but because for every 2 wheels that I get, I can make like 5 batteries. And you know, and the batteries are worth quite a bit. So knowing the ins and outs of the game, I think are going to help us in the future to save a lot of cash. Oh yeah, baby. You're going down. Going down. Come on, bring it on. Oh, wait, look how many cabs he has. He's like 3 cabs in the front. I wonder how many he has in the back. Usually, oh, yes. And we got an item out of it. Cool. All right, let's put these things down. Now, these blocks that we were using for the base, they're also made out of those resources, too. So that's something we can get a hold of and use. Come on, open it up for me. What are we going to get? Why, they like to give me those, don't they? I'll take them. I bet they're expensive. Put that in there. I say I bet they're expensive because I haven't looked up to see how much these things are actually worth yet. And I haven't sold any of them because they are worth a little bit more to me at the moment. Once I start getting all that stuff built up, it'd be nice to be able to have one of every single one of those that that is making a different item. So I can just kind of like turn the filter on and off and be like, okay, it's already set up. I just need to... because as you saw before, if it is already grabbing some of the resources and putting it into its storage, and then you decide to change what it's making after the fact, you lose those resources. And that can be fairly expensive for you in the end. So yeah, we're going to definitely see if we can kind of avoid doing any of that. There's some grassland over there in the distance, and that is where I usually tend to see those erudite shards. In fact, there you can see them right over there, just in the distance. So we're going to definitely snag some of those. Come on. Oh, just a little bit too low for me, huh? Let's back it up a little bit, make sure we can hit these. Shotguns are really, really good, it seems like, for hitting a lot of these low-reach rocks. And that's because it does a scatter shot. Absolutely fantastic. I love the shotgun. I think it was a long time coming. I never thought of using a shotgun as a weapon in this game. When I first saw them, I was like, I don't know how much I'm going to like those. You know, a shotgun that has to be close range, like what good is that going to be? But the kickback on it, the blast from the shotgun is so massive that if an enemy does run up to you, a lot of the time you will shove it backwards further away from you, making sure that it's not within your shields or repair bubble little area, and therefore you're not helping them out by healing them up or repairing them and all those little nasty things that you can do to them that you really don't want to. So that's one of the good reasons about the shotgun. The other good reason is because it does blast like that. A lot of these rocks that will get underneath your bot and kind of get stuck in there don't anymore. And I was actually getting kind of aggravated with them a little bit because I was trying to figure out like what's the best method. What can I put on that bottom row? Do I put stud lasers? Do I put drills? Like what is it that I need to put down there to make sure that when I run across blocks like that, I can just destroy them. I don't have to keep simply removing things and putting them back in there. And none of them really seem to ever work completely. Like if you were in very flat terrain, having the drill down there was the #1 thing to do. But if you were in very hilly terrain, especially very steep hilly terrain, then those things would always get in the way. And putting stud lasers seemed to work somewhat at the time. But then in the extreme hilly areas, the stud lasers would get in the way as well. So yeah, it just, no one thing ever seemed to solve or make that solution work for me. And it wasn't until I got the shotguns that it seemed to solve the answer for that. And it was a pretty big problem, like something I was, sitting there trying to rack my brain on how to fix. And yeah, that, like, you didn't even realize that was gonna fix that until you got in there, and you're just like, wow, that's amazing. That's exactly what I've been looking for this entire time. And it's the most random weapon that I've ever gotten that just like, oh, that solves it. So bravo on their behalf of getting all that worked out, because I think it's amazing that it fixed a problem that was just, I don't know, it made my bots better and more enjoyable. And that, I think that's what the whole game is about, is creating something that's enjoyable and not something that is stressful. And that definitely was getting kind of stressful in that regard. So we got some decent resources over here. We got some of these black ones here that we're going to go ahead and snag. These I don't find very often, so just the fact that we got some of these is going to make it all worthwhile. These other ones, these green ones, light green ones, are yeah, not as common either. The red ones, a little bit more common, I think, at least on my map. I do realize every map is different. I played one map way back when I first started playing this game, and oh my god, am I stuck? I think I might be stuck. Let's go into build mode. Yeah, we're definitely stuck on this rock. There we go. So it is, it does turn on when it feels like it. Not all the time, but it does turn on. There we go. Come on. Forward, 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 forward. Oh, man. It's just going down. Come on. That's the problem right there, is I don't have one in the middle. And so it does kind of get stuck on that. Come on. Forward, forward, forward. It's going to go right down the middle again. No, we got it. We got it that time. I need to make a better harvesting bot is all this comes down to. But one, I don't have the blocks for it. I just sold all the blocks I didn't think I needed. And I'm pretty sure the blocks I thought I didn't need would be the ones I use for that. Did I just like run right over it? No, I destroyed it actually. Okay, so I thought maybe I just ran right over it. Let's get rid of some of these trees. Yeah, I don't like using the guns unless I absolutely have to, because they do destroy the resources, and they destroy it more than not. Come on, there we go. Oh, any resources over here? Are these just regular rocks? I think these are just regular rocks. Yeah. So this is just going to be a harvesting episode, by the way, guys, in case you're wondering what's going on. I did kind of mention that at the beginning of the video, but wanted to kind of reiterate that, sometimes you do got to take a break from the combat of the game and just make your base, make the other stuff the way you want it, because that's going to help you out in the long term. Oh, man, this is a bad little hill for me to get stuck on. Try to reverse in. Come on, pick those things up. Is it too high? Might be too high to grab those. Yeah, most of those are going to get left behind. Actually, a lot of these things are getting left behind us, so yeah, again, make sure you have things on the side that can pick these things up, and things on the front that will pick these things up as well. We've gotten 3 updates already. That means we've been picking up pieces that we need. Let's go ahead and check that out and see what we've gotten. Jelly Harvester 28 out of 50, and Rhodite Ore 14 out of 30. So we're getting there. We got some more ore over here we missed, and this is the good stuff too. So let's come over here and snag these. I think these might be the Rhodite ore right here, so let's back into these. And there's another rock right there that I want to harvest anyway, so this is going to set me up perfect to snag that one. I guess I didn't see it the first time because there was too much stuff over here to snag. Let me make sure these are the ones I think they are. Yeah, those are the ones we want. Those are the ones we have a mission for, so we might as well do those. And they're trying to teach you to get the ones that they think you're going to need. So if we grab these and you get 50 of them, then that should give you a decent amount to make the items. I don't remember what these are used for, though, as far as like useful items, but they're all used in something. So if you are trying to find that one piece that seems to be eluding you, and you can go off and you can do the missions. A lot of the missions are to kill like random invaders, and if you kill the random invaders, you will get a surprised item. And sometimes a surprised item is something you've already gotten, 100 times before, and sometimes it's something brand new you've never even seen before, have access to. And that's sometimes the only way to open those things up, is to do those missions. So you can't just do the main missions and be done with it. I think we have reached our limit of what we can carry, so we have to go back. That really sucks. How much money do I have? 1,000. So let me see if I can buy one more tractor pad here. How much are they? Tractor pads are 800. So we'll grab one more of those, put it down right there, and we should be able to pick up more of these things now. Of course, that used a lot of my money. Not exactly what I wanted to use it on, but yeah, I mean, we'll make money in the end on these things, and we need them. So, and it's a pretty far travel to go back and forth, back and forth. So I want to make sure we get our money's worth out of this. And I guess if we sold these resources instead, so those are the obelisk in the background right there that I was talking about, the ones they've been adding to the game lately that seem like you could take them apart if you use those like big hammer drills, but they don't have that in there yet. So I would love to be able to see myself hammering through that at some point and maybe find something in the center. I don't know. I don't know what you would put down there to make it worthwhile, but I can imagine there'd be something. Like that would be cool to just kind of push yourself through one of those mountains. Maybe even create like a giant mountain range in the game that you have to shoot your way through or dig your way through. Maybe layers. So like the very first layer is something very soft that you can shoot your way through, just to give you the idea that it's possible to do that. And then as you get deeper and deeper into it, be like, oh no, this is stronger material. You're going to need something a lot stronger to get through it. Maybe missiles would work. Maybe the rock drill would work. So many different things that you could do. And if you want to actually collect the pieces and not destroy them, you're going to need to use specialized materials. So you could actually create bots made for the different layers, and you're going to want like a giant bot if you're going to want to take your base bot in there. Maybe you want like little small ones to get through faster and get through the inside. And when you get to the inside, maybe have like this giant invader there waiting for you, or maybe little tiny invaders that come out as a huge army, and like so many different possibilities you could do with that. But it would have to be pretty big because, like I said, you're going to want to go through, for me anyways, I don't want to go through layer upon layer upon layer and of just crazy stuff. So we are going to drop these off on the side that refines the material, because only a small portion of it actually gets refined right now. The rest of it seems to go through unscathed. And because that's the way it's working right now, we'll just drop it off on that side. We get kind of the best of both worlds until we can figure a way to kind of fix that to a better method. But this entire episode has been us harvesting. That to me is very enjoyable. I like the relaxing nature of it, where you don't have to do the fighting, whereas the fighting is very chaotic sometimes, and you're like, oh, am I going to survive this? Oh no, we're all going to die. I'm going to lose all my stuff. That is a different type of gameplay altogether. So you'll see as we go through right here, what ends up happening is each one of these takes a resource that they can refine. Some of these are already refined, so it's not doing it at all, but it takes a resource that it can refine, and then it tries to come back out on the conveyor belt unless there's already resources there in its way. Like these very first ones already have resources there, and when that happens, they just all just travel on right by, and nothing else gets refined until those areas clear up. So you get very, very little actually done on the refining part, because you're dropping off so much. And the only way to fix that would be to have a conveyor that goes around and around and around and around, so that the pieces have a chance to kind of come off the conveyor belt as well. Let's go ahead and click on that. In fact, while we're waiting, we'll go ahead and throw our batteries up here so they can charge back up again. And once we have enough money and we can create batteries, I'm going to have an entire battery bank here that just constantly holds batteries or power for us. So we can just kind of get that off every single time we come back. Let's look at what's going on over here. Is it making some? It should here fairly soon, because it has the pieces it needs to do that. It just hasn't pulled them off yet for some weird, strange reason. Let's see. How about this? Can we drag it into it? It doesn't seem to want to go into it. Can we just drag it straight onto this part of it? Nope. Let's click on it. What does it need? That's what I have access to, and it doesn't want to pull it in. Why not? Is it because it's doing something else and it can't drag stuff while it's doing that? Right? Because it's, what is it called? It's called celestial ore. Do I have any celestial ore? No. Okay, so that's a different type. It looks like the same, but it's not. Okay, so I don't know where to get that from. Hmm. Oh, and now it's clogged. It has nowhere else to go. There's no more room for any of the other stuff. So we'll have to drop it off on the other side here in a second. So let's go forward. Oh, no, it took everything off, so we still have plenty of space to go out and get more stuff. But guys, I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode there. I do want to thank you all for watching. On the next episode, we're going to go and finish up some of the combat missions. We have the Venture License we definitely need to snag. We got some hostiles over here. And then somewhere in there, we're going to collect more ore so we can finish off these guys. They're all about halfway finished, so it shouldn't take too much more time. The rhodite ore actually is very close to being done. We only need 9 more of those before we get those done. And you can see the level that it's at, too, on those, where this is a 3-mission one for the GSO, but it's for Venture. So that's kind of interesting that the Venture license that you get the very first time is for your GSO corporation. I guess maybe because they don't really like those guys very much, and that's your way of kind of fighting back against them. But guys, as always, I'm AC Gamer, and I will definitely catch you on next time. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.